Good morning. Good morning. We've got Nick, Matt, and Will. Thank you guys for showing up right off the bat here. We're going to give people a few minutes here to start piling in. We are obviously still waiting for Alex and Leon to show up here. Leon will be a little bit late today, but regardless, he is ready to go, and they all have very exciting news to drop with you guys here today. So bear with us, and we'll get started here very, very soon. Just to touch base here, guys, thank you so much for showing up. We are just trying to get Alex in here as we speak, and you're just having some technical difficulties here, so appreciate your patience. We're going to kick things off very, very soon. We are still going to give everyone in the community a few more minutes to pile in here, and you can also expect Leon to be showing up very soon, guys. So I appreciate your being here, appreciate your time, and appreciate your patience. Oh, and look at that. We've got Alex rolling in as we speak here. So we will get things started very, very soon. All right, testing. Alex, can you hear me, my friend?
Yes, I'm here, Trev. Hello, everybody. Alex.
Excellent. Yeah. It's always a bit of a celebration when we can overcome these technical difficulties and get things started here. So appreciate all the effort you put in this morning, Alex. I know from where you are right now, connectivity is a bit of an issue, is it not?
No, I'm not in Dubai yet. You're probably talking about Emirates when you need VPN for to use the messengers. But I'll be in Dubai tomorrow night. So no, for today I'm okay.
Perfect. Excellent. Well, hey, we also have Leon pulling in here. He's a minute early, which is fantastic. Let's get Leon up here as well. Yes, I think we're good to go. Leon, can you hear me?
Yes, greetings to everyone. So I just plugged in, so I'm here.
Excellent, Leon. Excellent. And how are you feeling at the moment?
Fantastic. Thank you, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Glad to hear, my friend. Excellent. Well, gentlemen, without any further ado here, I say let's jump right into it. So I'm sure more people will be piling in. We've had a lot of people show up right off the bat here, and yeah, it's awesome to see the engagement just jumping up here. So thank you everyone so much for joining us today. My name's Trav, and with us we have Leon and Alex here from the core Tectum team. Of course, Alex is the founder and CEO, and Leon is head of business development here. So we have an awesome AMA plan for you guys today, and we're mostly going to be focused around the Q2 roadmap that is either just been released or will soon be released. And Alex and Leon, you'll have to let me know where we are at with that right now. But to get things started, I want to ask both you gentlemen here, Alex and Leon. Maybe Alex, I'll start with you. What are the two parts of the Q2 roadmap that you are most excited about?
One new blockchain, 4.0, and partnerships, integrations. These two news are just awesome. That's all we want to talk about. Yes.
Oh man, and I gotta tell you here, from being a part of that meeting earlier this week and hearing about these partnerships, and I'm not gonna go any further than that, I was excited, and I can't wait for the community here to hear all about this. Leon, I'm gonna ask you the same question. What are the two parts of the Q2 roadmap that excite you the most?
Well, I'm coming from the corporate world, and for me, anything enhancing the infrastructure of our project and taking us to a different level, it excites me the most. Again, partnerships, allowing our customers have new features and additional access to the funds through the off-ramp solutions. Partnerships that make our technology and our infrastructure stronger. It's first and foremost for me. So this is the future of our business, and this is the most important thing for me. Obviously, blockchain 4.0, of course, it's our baby, and this is our one of our leading products. So of course, anything related to the blockchain is very important for us, of course.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you brought those specific details up, the on-ramping, off-ramping, just having users of the Tectum ecosystem being able to access their liquidity much more efficiently and actually use that liquidity in the real world as seamless and as efficiently as possible. That is massive for any crypto type, especially PayFi product or projects out here. And then, of course, the partnerships, which you both touched on here. So let's dive right into it, gentlemen. Let's dive in. I want to actually touch on all of these main points that you guys have spoken about, and then any other important points that you think are going to be, crucial for our community to better understand here. So I'm going to propose. Let's start with partnerships. Let's just hit the ground running here. So maybe Leon, I'll start with you. Can you give us a bit of a preview on what to expect when it comes to partnerships in Q2?
Sure, of course. Thanks for that. In the Q2, we're looking to complete several things. First and foremost, in our SoftNote wallet, we're looking to complete the on-ramp and the off-ramp solutions that will allow our customers to go freely from the crypto and from the SoftNote into the bank accounts. Also, debit cards, Visa, Mastercard. So this is on the table. The deal is on the table. We're finalizing some of the details with the providers, and this is something that we're looking to accomplish in Q2. So this is definitely a task for the next quarter, and it will be done. It will be done. The way it looks now, we have a few serious partnerships on the table, and now just a matter of weeks once it's all going to be all signed and locked and loaded. And I can take it further and talk a little bit about the custody. We can talk a little bit about the other partnerships, because I want Tectum to go into the ecosystem of the companies like Revolut, like Robinhood, for example, where they have a tremendous access to customers. Like Revolut has millions and millions and millions of customers, and we've been always looking into this company, and we know they have a portfolio of about 200 different tokens, coins, projects, whatever we call it, and we want to be the next one. So we're starting to talk to the company. We're going to try to comply with all the requirements. It's a process. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but once it's said and done, that will open another door for tremendous amount of new users and new people who's going to be able to see Tectum story. So we're very excited about this. Again, it's a process. We just start talking to them, and this is something that we definitely want to do for the next quarter. Custody, we're talking to a few companies. We choose the best ones on the block. Ripple and the Fireblocks. We're leaning toward Ripple partnership, and this is something that we try to execute. Again, it's not done yet as of today, but this is, again, it's a process. It's an onboarding process. There is a legal documentations involved. There is negotiations, and we have to make sure that everything we take from Ripple fits perfectly in our infrastructure and in our strategy and the vision for the products of Tectum. So that's something that we're looking to accomplish also in the second quarter of 2025. With that said, once we have all these things in place, I think the whole story of Tectum will look much stronger and will help us to, take the company to the next level for sure.
Could not possibly agree more. The first word that comes to mind, hearing about all of these, like these AAA blue chip level companies, these projects, these corporate entities, is credibility. The fact that you are going to be aligning yourself with companies to the likes of Visa, potentially Revolut, Ripple, is absolutely massive. And to kind of add context to anyone who may not fully, be familiar with some of the things that we're talking about, although I would imagine most of you absolutely are. When we're talking about on-ramping and off-ramping and having access to bring your crypto to and from your bank accounts, these are the fundamental steps that most projects miss and don't even have the capability of accomplishing. It's the basic fundamentals of being able to get your money on and off the blockchain, being able to get your money into and out of your bank account. And it's just to be able to facilitate this, to be able to make this as efficient, as cheap, and as seamless as possible is massive, and is going to, once again, just like all of the other goals and visions of SoftNote, is one of the most crucial steps in bringing on mass adoption here. So Leon, I do see you're off mute here. I'm going to send the mic back to you just to see if you had anything else to add.
Yeah, just very quick. You mentioned AAA. They are the leaders of the PayFi industry. They are the sort of like quote unquote, if we can call it, like a blue chip company with a great reputation. We currently in the process of onboarding with our legal documents and the contracts. Again, I want everyone to understand that everything that we say here, it's a process. It's not happening overnight. We're just working hard to get this done, and it will be done like in the near future. So it's not going to happen tomorrow, but we're working on it, and it's being done. And AAA is, I think they just became, they just entered the ecosystem of Circle, and I think they became a big partners of Circle company, and they're working actively also with the USDC stablecoins. So they're just very, very serious partners. And besides AAA, we will offer our customers maybe a choice for the off-ramping and the on-ramping solutions. Maybe it will be another provider besides AAA that could allow like a seamless access to the bank accounts from crypto and back and forth. So maybe we're going to have more than one solution for off-ramp and the on-ramp. So that's something that we'll announce rather soon. And that's pretty much it, like, for the near future. So I think it's going to happen, like, I would say, like in the next maybe several weeks. We're just going to make an announcement for the off-ramping and the on-ramp solutions.
That's absolutely huge. And that's news to me as well. The fact that you're hoping to have options for on-ramping and off-ramping, which of course will accommodate even more users of the Tectum ecosystem. So congratulations on that.
Yes, we would like to give people an option. Yeah.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome here. So I'm going to send the mic over to you, Alex, here in a quick second. But I do just want to mention...
Maybe, yeah. Okay.
Oh, go ahead there, Leon.
Oh, no, I'm done, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. No, I was gonna have a couple more things, but maybe I can do it. Like I will save it for later. So maybe something else I will tell the guys. I will let them in on the recent developments for the liquidity providers. But that's something that I will keep it for the last.
I love that. It's a little teaser here. So if you guys stick around until later on, we're going to be talking about liquidity providers for the Tectum ecosystem, which for anyone who's here and is curious and who's waiting for the news on, what may or may not, no financial advice, affect the token price, this is could or could not be a very important point for you guys to tune into. So I'm going to send the mic over to you, Alex, in a quick second here. I want to hear your feedback. But before I do, I just wanted to mention to our community here that if you guys have any questions, feel free to write them in the general chat. I am actively scanning the chat right now. So if you guys have any questions about anything that we were talking about, feel free, and we'll have Alex and Leon answer those for you here. So let's get back into it. Alex, I want to send the mic over to you. I'd love to hear your take on these partnership plans that we have. And then whenever you feel like you want to get into it, I'd love to hear a little bit more about any news and developments and goals in Q2 for Tectum 4.0. So I'll just hand the mic to you, Alex.
Thank you. Thank you, Trev. Well, first and uttermost, Leon joining the team enhanced our vision a great deal. So when I saw him in action, I was very glad that he joined the team, and the transformation actually started happening much more intently and much faster when we realized that there are some things that absolutely must be done, and some things that can be done a little bit later. And this on-ramp, off-ramp endeavor we have approached is really simple. No matter how much tension and how much um, uh, enmity there is between centralized and decentralized universes, world, and between decentralization and a central bank structure. No matter how we put it, most of a population on this earth still gets paid in their local fiat currency, and the winner, the true winner in this field, and I'm talking about PayFi field, will be a team which will be able to marry fiat and crypto in the most elegant way. And that's where we're really taking a shot. We are really aiming at the holy of the holiest of this entire, it's a Pandora box trap, and there is, and thanks God that there are some regulational kind of difficulties kind of slowly going away. The triple lawsuit was dropped. Other good things indicate that trend is towards loosening up the whole entire thing. We are definitely gonna try, and we're gonna attempt. We're gonna do our best to stay on top of it, and to become the top tier, to become our number one PayFi provider. Actually, we start more seeing ourselves as an environment, because soft node, it's it's so fast, it's so fast and it's so borderless, that if you really look at it with completely open eyes and throw everything else off the table, all this market condition, Tectum token, blockchain, and all kind of other tests and difficulties we've been going through, you will really see that the uttermost goal, the core, the spinal cord, the essence of this whole thing is to make sure that fiat moves into crypto and crypto moves into fiat flawlessly, for individuals as well as for institutions. And starting this on-ramp, off-ramp business, we're really like entering this completely new world where we will provide complete and competitive, highly competitive services to anyone who wants and who needs these remittances, who needs it as a part of their business. It's like, it's beautiful. One thing I regret, Trev, is that we have not started it in 2023 when we just released the token. That's my biggest regret.
No, I can absolutely
I think
understand
we
that.
have plenty of time now.
Sorry, go ahead there, Leon.
No, I was going to say, I think we still have plenty of time. The market is there. People turning toward crypto even more than before. And what Alex said, I agree also with all that. You have to understand that the Alex is basically, he's the brain behind the Tectum project. He's the one who creates all this magic and all these products. And our job in the business development, for example, is like Alex says, taking crypto to the streets. We're taking his vision to the market. He's taking his vision to the customers. We're taking his vision to the coin holders and to the market, like I said before. And now, main focus is on addition of Tectum projects, because as you can understand, the market has been very tough. Lots of projects are going out of business because they're not fully funded. So I want to emphasize a couple of things. First of all, we are fully funded as a business. The team is stronger as ever. And not only that, we're focusing on the price of the token, because obviously it's important to us as a business. We're also looking for additional ways to generate revenues for the business, and have some additional funds for buybacks, for hiring some new bright people, for finding the different ways how to expand our business. And as we're focusing on the PayFi, I think we should probably say a couple of things in addition to what was said before, as looking to create the subdivision of Tectum. And we're looking into different jurisdictions now, but probably Switzerland will be the first choice. We're looking into the proper structure with the cryptocurrency license that will allow us to operate, hold crypto, create the financial products with the crypto inside that will allow us to operate and take the future crypto processing model to the next level. And I think this is very important for us. And the story with the stable coin, we've seen lots of companies and lots of actions around the stable coins. That's something that Tectum is looking at currently. Ripple stable coin is one of the choices. We're also open for the other ways of doing business. And maybe future lending platform. That's something that came to mind recently, and is something that is very popular now, where Tectum can try to access this market also. This is something that's what we're looking forward into the 2025. And we can talk later about the liquidity providers, because we would like to strike a partnership also with some very serious people. It's gonna take a lot for us to make this type of deals, even financially and business wise. But I think we should just upgrade our whole ecosystem and deal with the top-notch companies. This way we can bring Tectum to the next level with this type of partnerships also. So just going back to the previous subject.
Oh, I love it. Oh my goodness, excuse me, please. Yeah, when it comes to building fundamentals, you guys are bringing that to a whole other level here. Truly setting a foundation of credibility, of actual functioning products, of functioning technology in the Tectum ecosystem. I mean, that's everything. You need a solid foundation before you can build a house, and that's exactly what you guys are up to. Just to touch on and summarize what you were mentioning just there, gentlemen, talking about getting your licensing to create products for Switzerland, and then a lending platform as well, potentially on the Tectum and the Tectum wallet and the Tectum ecosystem as well, is absolutely phenomenal. It's going to definitely appeal to many different populations and different types of crypto users. And right off the bat, when you say the lending platform, that immediately opens my mind to a lot of DeFi users in just crypto at large. I think that will open their eyes to the work that you guys are doing here as well. So that's fantastic here. So I'm just gonna have a quick pause. I just want to reset the room here. I want to thank everyone for being here. We have well over 20 people joining us at the moment. Really appreciate you guys taking the time to be here. We do have a couple of questions that have come in right off the bat, and I'm going to get to those very soon. But before I do, I definitely want to ask Alex about updates and developments and goals Tectum 4.0 coming up in Q2. So maybe let's just jump into that right now here. So Alex, what can you tell us about what people can expect and be excited about when it comes to Tectum 4.0 for the next quarter?
Yes, definitely. Well, first of all, it's already Tectum 4.1. We drastically improved the algorithmics and consensus mechanism. We have designed literally a plugin library capacity where nodes will be able to subscribe for services basically nowadays it's called AI agents. AI agent is a narrow, highly specialized AI library, which is designed to do one particular thing. Like for example, cloth design. It does have libraries. It knows everything about Italian clothing. It knows everything about materials. It knows everything about cotton. It knows everything about linen. So you subscribe to that service, and you get these cuts, designs, updates. It's just an example, Trev. It's a hypothetical example. I know nothing about uh, clothing design. I'm just using it as an example to show what AI agent really is. Um, Hypothetical example. And then when you subscribe for that service, you produce certain media materials, like for example, blueprints, designs, demographics of future markets, and so on and on and on. The mass of data produced by these agents is unspeakable. It's enormous, and you got to store it somewhere. So that's a service number one, and then you have to make sure everybody around you understands that it's yours. There are inventions you want to patent, and there are inventions that are just not worth of patenting. You're not gonna patent the design of a T-shirt. You might want to patent uh, the fan, the intake fan blading for turbo compressor, but you unlikely gonna want to invest in the patenting T-shirt. However, you want to protect it as your intellectual property always. To vaguely understand what I'm talking about, check out the website WIPO, WIPO. They use I don't believe they use blockchain, but what they do, they take your document, your text, your book, your song, any kind of media you created, which is unique to you or plagiate or whatever, and they hash it. They take hash out of it and they record it for 5 years, and they give you a certificate for additional $20. They give you a certificate which will prove that you were actually the one to produce that piece of art, so to say, at that date, on that time, at that moment, and that second, and which will stand in any court of law. Mm, Basically, in a way, we're talking about digital notary. We're talking about digital patenting system while performing blockchain services. You see, blockchain is not a database. Blockchain is a ledger. Ledger is a metadata data. Blockchain is not designed to. Why NFTs did not fly? Because blockchain is not designed to keep data. NFT is expensive by nature. It was very lucrative model, lucrative business for Ethereum blockchain and for smart contract creators, but it was not as lucrative for those who use that product. So it went into the dormant state. This time around, we are designing a system which actually is very self-honest and very transparent to what it does. We are going to focus on decentralized storage, probably closer to the beginning of next year. But for now, we will probably trust that to our validator nodes, and we will create a pool of services which you as a user of blockchain 4.1 plus, probably going to be 4.7 by the time we're done. Pool of services which will you will be able to pick from according to your specific of your business. Like, for example, marketing services. There is hundreds of AI agents in the market right now are able to deliver marketing services, all kind of stuff, posts, automated posting and shilling probably too, which is done mostly by human beings at this moment. But the way artificial intelligence is growing and evolving, and what some experts say, and I'm not one, that over half of the services, and I'm talking about highly commoditized services, like I just mentioned, like, for example, marketing services, creating quick marketing content to promote project. Web3 projects is going to be very popular amongst Web3 projects. Trev, definitely going to be Web3 is probably going to be our biggest consumer. And you basically hit that button, you install that plugin, and you push a button, you pay for Tectum token. Obviously, everything is going to be Tectum token centered. Absolutely, yes, it's out of any questions. And there you go. In a way, it's a resurrected concept of a neural node we designed back in 2018. But back in 2018, we didn't have AI where it is right now. So our neural node model did not really wasn't able to gain right momentum. It went into the stalling, and COVID came along, and then we shifted to the soft node in 2021. But now that technology and markets are maturing, and we understand that potentially, and I'm saying potential, I don't want to speculate on it, but potentially large segment, large portion of our consumer digital services consumer market will be robots, and service providers will be also robots. Well, that puts us right in between, doesn't it, Trev?
Sure.
I mean, I'm talking about robots selling to robots and paying with a soft node.
Win-win situation, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, because soft node is designed as a true peer-to-peer payment system. Now that we offer this business restructuring, and I'm not going to go back in 2024, we all know that, and we all remember what happened. Now that we have reassembled our team and we got this fresh blood, and we're focusing on crypto processing, we're focusing on a new, completely new paradigm of blockchain in works. We can safely say that we are on the right track. We really are. It's just a matter of when, not a matter of if. Really glad to live in these times, Trev. Really glad. I'm so proud that we live in these times. And you're talking about robots, AI is selling to AI.
I couldn't agree more, and that brings it back to what Leon was mentioning, and yourself there, Alex, not long ago when you were talking about, one of your regrets being not really like hammering into on-ramping and off-ramping earlier. it almost seems synchronous. There's the word I'm looking for. Synchronous, that it's all happening now with, especially like the price of Bitcoin going back up, the maturity level of the ecosystem that you were just talking about there, Alex, the team as strong and as fortified as it is. It almost just makes sense that these things are happening now once things are already established, mistakes have been made and mistakes have been resolved. It almost just makes sense that things are happening now when you guys are truly ready and prepared to actually move forward in a very credible and professional and efficient way. Also, I just wanted to add here, Alex, real quick. You mentioned you guys are considering getting into decentralized storage. I just want to speak to how freaking awesome that is. I do know that the whole concept of like digital storage is massive right now, just from a different perspective, in the stock world. Tons of these of companies, of Web 2 companies, who are really trying to position themselves in this realm as leaders and innovators, are absolutely crushing it. To be able to bring this to the decentralized ecosystem is going to be massive for Tectum. So I just want to really shine some light on that here as well. Now, before we go any further, I almost forgot about something very important, excuse me, that I need to communicate with everyone here. If you have noticed in the general chat, there was an announcement for the loyalty program that there's been a new time-sensitive task that was involved. And in order to complete this task, you guys are going to need a secret code that I am going to be dropping here in about 10 minutes. So if you guys want to gain some extra points, and we have 32 people in this call right now, if you want to earn some extra points, definitely hang around for the next 10 minutes at least, and we will be dropping this secret phrase first, and this will absolutely set you apart from the rest of the people on the leaderboard of the loyalty program and give you guys a good boost here. So once again, this is just some appreciation for you guys taking your time, taking your energy to come hang out with us today here. So really appreciate all of the insight you guys have provided us with so far. Leon, Alex, super grateful here. I'm going to get to the questions in a quick second. Before I do, I want to hear from you, Leon, one more time. We've covered a lot of different things here when it comes to Tectum 4.0 and different goals and different products that are going to be launched here. Do you have anything else to add or any insights you want to share on that specific topic here? And Leon, if you're not with us, that's totally fine. I'm going to give you one more shot here.
I'm here. No, guys, I'm here. I think we opened as much cards as we could to the community, and I think we're good for the moment. There is a couple other things that maybe I will keep it for the next AMA session, for the liquidity, for some other partnerships that we have in the pipeline. Again, everything will be on a step-by-step basis. It's not going to come everything at the same time and the same day. Everything is a process. So the team is working hard. I think we have a very good chance to be successful crypto project, and markets are there. The story is there. We have a fantastic team, and with all that said, I think we're very good position for 2025.
The bullishness could not be bigger. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but I said it, so you guys know what I'm saying. Perfect. So let's get back into it here. I've noticed a couple of questions around getting back to Tectum 4.0. A couple of questions specifically about the SDK, and then also about Tectum Labs. Particularly if you guys have any interested projects to actually start building on Tectum 4.0. And this question here specifically is from Nico. Nico, thank you so much. So maybe Alex, I'll ask you, actually this could probably go to both of you, because I know Leon, you can speak to potential partners or projects that are considering building through Tectum Labs. And then maybe Alex, you can speak to the Tectum SDK. So whichever one of you gentlemen would like to go first here, I'll yield to you.
I can go first quickly. Tectum Labs, honestly, it's important. It's a subdivision of our project. We would like to see that developing even further. We have few partnerships as of now. We have a prop chain. There was a recent partnerships that we're looking to explore different ways how we can work together with the guys. They're in a very interesting business. They're tokenizing the real estate assets, and definitely our new blockchain can be a big asset for them. That's again, it's a process. We need to figure out the use case. We need to figure out the pricing, how they're going to use our blockchain, and when. Couple other things we have in the Tectum Labs that we probably rather not say as of now, but again, Tectum Labs is a focus, is a big focus for us, and that you will hear a lot more from Tectum Labs in probably in the next couple of months.
Love it, love it, and definitely that AMA that we held with Prop Chain was a blast, and just to have them kind of spearheading the partnership through Tectum Labs to build on Tectum 4.0. I mean, I couldn't think of a better project to be doing that with us here. So, yeah, great answer there, Leon. Really excited about it, and really excited to hear more updates. Perfect. So,
Thanks.
Alex, I'm wondering if you can maybe touch on the Tectum SDK. Where are we at with that? What does that process look like?
As far as I know, the first revision of SDK is already on GitHub. It was on our dev report this week. I can probably drop the link in the general chat in the group in the short while. There are certain details here. There are certain factors affecting SDK from functioning fully. Is the consensus remodeling, because I understand that everybody wants this thing to fly and service our community needs, and I want it more than anyone else. However, I live by the philosophy of Andy Grove, who said, "Adapt or die." And Andy Grove is a guy who pulled Intel out of bankruptcy, and the guy who actually raised Steve Jobs. You should read about him. He he's an amazing character. He said once, "Adapt or die." And I am personally convinced that right now is the time. If we don't do it now, we're risking of being left behind by the bigger players. Right now, the victory, the light at the end of the tunnel, is where additional services are by blockchain. See, blockchain has proven to be incapable of managing data. Bitcoin ordinals, NFTs, examples are quite a few. The solution is right there. The solution is right there. It's just hasn't been approached in a bold and uncompromised way prior. Don't ask me why. Nobody's done it. Oh, don't. I hear this question all the time. When I invented SoftNote, they said, "Well, Alex, don't you think like people are stupid? And if it worked, like somebody would have done it before." And if we were thinking like this, we would have never created anything. Because anything you create, you will always be asked the question, "Well, do you think you're the smartest tool in the shed? Sharpest tool in the shed? Why do you think it hasn't been done before?" It hasn't been done before because it's not working. Well, hell no, we don't live by this. We live by the philosophy that all things around us have been built by people not smarter than us. So therefore, if they could do it, we could do better. And having said that, we have created soft node. Having said that, we're through a challenge and started building his second blockchain, 4.0, which is a slowly evolving into 4.1 plus model. And we're going to keep striving for the best, because we do believe, we sincerely do believe that our community deserves to receive the best product. Everybody's been waiting for them, and that's what we're going to accomplish in the nearby future. So SDK is there. It does function. I will get more information on it in the general chat. SDK is not really much different from API, but the like Solana standard, it already can be considered a SDK development kit.
I love it. I love it. And that quote, "Adapt or die," is already gaining some traction in general chat here. I love to see it. Way to go, guys. Let's get that one going here. And I love the sentiment behind that as well. The narrative that you guys are having amongst yourself in the team is that you are more than capable. If someone else can do it, you can absolutely accomplish it, and you can do it better. Way to just keep that mindset close, and that truly is the way to revolutionize this space, which clearly you guys are absolutely handling as we speak here. So I think, yeah, absolutely there, Alex, absolutely. So I said 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes. I am going to launch the code into the chat as we speak. And everyone, the code is Q2 Roadmap FTW. And of course, that stands for the win. So it's Q2 Roadmap FTW. I am going to post this in the general chat as we speak. And I'm actually pretty proud of myself right now. I'm actually multitasking, which I am horrendous at, and I just made that happen here. So pat myself on the back for that. I'm definitely adapting and not dying. So it's a good day. And of course, everyone here, pardon that ridiculous tangent. This is purely as a thanks to all of you for being here with us today. So if you do want to take advantage of this secret phrase, definitely go to the loyalty program, which is loyalty.tectum.io, and check out the time limited task and enter in the passphrase Q2 Roadmap FTW. So let's get into some a couple more questions here, everyone. First of all, to everyone who has been asking questions, I just want to send my appreciation your way. Really thoughtful, really relevant questions that you guys are asking. One other thing that I do see a couple people have been talking about here, we've got M1 particularly leading the charge. He's talking about visibility and engagement on X, and I can absolutely handle this question here, M1. I just want to let you know, I likely will not be a community per se, but we do have a lot of new X initiatives planned to increase visibility. And I can't go into any specifics yet, but what I can tell you is we have at least 2 different things that we are working on as we speak to help with X in particular here. So really appreciate your suggestion. Very, very thoughtful. And yeah, no, just appreciate you taking the time to share that with us here. Now, next question here. I'm just scrolling down. Let's keep going here. Oh, here's an important question. Maybe I'll direct this to you, either Lee or maybe Leon or Alex, whichever one of you are inspired to respond to this question here. When can we expect Tectum to replace Swift already?
Wow.
That's a good question. Alex, you want to answer, or I can do it?
How do you do it?
Okay. Short answer, never. Because it's 2 different things. You know, the moon cannot replace the Earth, and this, you know, so there is a market for Swift. That system that's been around for years for the interbanking for the transactions, and I think with all the fantastic products that we have, we definitely, hopefully, and definitely, we're going to gain the market share. We're going to bring some new people to the equation of Tectum and using the soft node. But Swift stays, we're not in a competition with Swift. We can complete each other. So for the customers who's using Tectum soft node or Tectum wallets or future crypto processing, for the certain transaction, they will need to use Swift going forward. So again, we're not in a competition with them. We have our own vision. We have to execute on that, and we stay the course. We're not gonna replace the Swift. We're not gonna take this kind of task on ourselves, unless the Alex thinks differently. So he's the guy behind the project. So like I said, our job is to execute. So if we find the very fancy and clever way how to do it, maybe one day we can talk about this.
I like that, and that's analogous to what Alex had spoken about in previous AMAs, where Tectum isn't necessarily competing with other projects; they're working to build alongside them so that everyone could be enhanced, rather. And if everybody wins, or yeah, no, I guess that's as simple as that. If everybody wins, everybody wins. So, but yeah, Alex, I'm super curious to know if you have any more insights on this idea of replacing Swift. Is that possible, or what are your thoughts?
Well, anything is possible. As I basically the point I came across my last my last take. But I agree with Liam. It's not about competing. It's about adapting to the new world we're entering. The world is changing. The world is changing very, very, very fast. 3 years from now, robots will be trading with robots. Robots will be selling and purchasing from robots. So competing with Swift is our least least worry. What we really should, um, what we really should, and what we really are aiming and striving to accomplish is to actually provide to provide the as much convenience and services to Web3 space as possible. In fact, a SoftNode, which is our flagship product, we don't see it as a remittance system anymore. It's kind of been evolving in our heads. Like before, even when I used to draw diagrams, I would draw like consumers, customers, which is like users and Web3 community, enterprise, banks, blah, 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 and SoftNode on the other side, right? As the provider of these services. And then we have products in between, Dexis, Texas, decentralized finance, retail, wholesale, EPOS, payment processing. That's how it used to look. It was polarized. Tectum lived in a polarized world where there was a market, consumer market, which we were aiming to satisfy with our services, and us on the other side, right, with products in between, and we were trying to build all these products. Now that we are maturing as a team of visionaries and team of performers, and after we have lived through such a difficult first quarter, we are slowly evolving into a vision of environment we really are environment. Softnode is a super fast, uh, super secure remittance environment, which is capable of functioning in decentralized way and centralized way, both, because we have blue model and we have green model, and we are perfectly capable of becoming an environment to service DEXs, SEXs, retail, payment processing. We don't need to compete with anyone. We really don't have to do that. The vision have changed. So my vision is completely in line with Leon's on that it's not really about Swift. It's about what we can do for this world to make it a smoother, seamless, less less resistance, less friction place. You sell coffee in Brazil, and I own a coffee shop in Europe, and I don't have to wait for my funds to clear. You don't have to wait for funds to clear. I don't have to go through double commissions to convert my euros into your reals. I just call you on the WhatsApp on a video call and say, hey, Jose, send me a couple pallets of your best coffee. How much do you want? I'll send me 3,500 USDTs. And what do you want? Via WhatsApp? Yeah, sure. Taking a screenshot over QR code and calling on a regular line, and or texting you the passcode via Telegram. I mean, that's it. It's over. Done. Simplification. The whole thing it doesn't have to be a headache for people. The business of conducting payments and business of remitting doesn't have to be as painful as it is right now. It can be done in much simpler, much friendlier, and actually, in fact, more secure way. That's it.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And this actually is a good segue to another question that we have here. And Leon and Alex, I'm wondering if it's okay with you, if maybe I could answer the first part of this question here, because I think I've got a pretty good understanding of it, and I think I have a pretty good a good answer lined up. Would that be okay with you guys if I man this next question?
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. So this question here is from Martin. Martin, thank you so much for asking the question. I know you've asked a couple of very relevant questions in the past here, so I appreciate you. And it says here, in the current crypto world, there seems to be little interest towards new low-cap L1 projects, as the big ones, Sol, Sui, etc., is where people tend to go. Where does Tectum see themselves at the end of 2025, and what measures are taken to get there? So my answer for the first part of this question, when it comes to Tectum L1 versus Sol, Sui L1, when it comes to the specific vision of Tectum, when it comes to bringing crypto to the streets, when it comes to enabling PayFi, enabling actual usage of cryptocurrency in your day-to-day world, Sol and Sui aren't even part of that picture here. Like it really comes down, especially when the masses start to enter the crypto world and they're looking to use crypto in the stores to send to friends on a P2P basis. There's going to be a lot of people, and the blockchain is going to need to handle a ton of transactions every single minute. And when that happens, Sui and Sol aren't going to be able to handle that amount of transactions. They aren't even close to the speed and efficiency as Tectum blockchain is. And that's why it really isn't a question that even applies. If people want to use Tectum, if they want to use Softnote, if they want to use Synthesnote, not only does it have to be done on the Tectum blockchain because that's what it's based on, that's the only blockchain that will actually be able to handle that as well, which is very, very exciting. So before I get to the second part of that question, Alex, Leon, did I do that question justice? Am I on point? Did I miss anything? Did I completely mess it up? What do you think?
I think you
Good.
did a fantastic job as usual. If I may, I can add just one sentence to it. So it's very important to understand that Tectum, the way we're building the company now and the way it's going to evolve in the future, it's not just the L1 company. It's a company that has proprietary blockchain uh, and the diversified line of products, including crypto processing, including the soft node wallet being like a leading product of our project. Also, that's going to evolve a lot in the near future. We're working on the new design. We're working on the new features that eventually will come to play, like I mentioned, like a lending possibly. Again, step by step, nothing's going to happen within the next 24 hours. Don't ask in the chat tomorrow, is it ready yet? So, I mean, that's going to take time. But Synthas note some other things that Tectum can offer. It goes way beyond the regular L1 company. So not only that we're hedging the risks of the being just a simple L1 project, we're also building the outstanding line of products that could be standalone success stories, or they can be these stories that's going to complement our new 4.0 blockchain. So we broader than just L1 company. That's all I'm trying to say. So the story is evolved already a lot.
I love it. Solid point. It goes well beyond the idea of Tectum being an L1 company. It's a whole slew of different products, different functionalities, and I think that's really important to keep in mind here. And really, what sets us apart from other projects, like projects quote unquote, like Solana, Sui, and all of that here. So, Alex, any insights or any other further thoughts on what we were just talking about?
And again, in complete agreement with this position, we Tectum is slowly evolving into becoming a exclusive proprietary services provider uh, that no one else does. I mean, show me another blockchain company which designs their own encryption hardware. I'm talking about Tectum keys, random number generator. So we're not we're not trying to say that, hey, we're better than anyone else. We're just trying to say that being a um, designer and an author of the fastest blockchain so far. I mean, that's been published. They've been public since 2019, so nobody can question that. We are like we're way more than that. We really like we're innovators. You know, we innovate. We try, like every time we get a new thing, we asking ourselves like, should we do it? Should we give it to people? Because we are a very diverse group of people. You know, I mean, we have literally doctors of science as our team members. We have a person who's been uh, dealing with hardware encryption for nearly 50 years. We have PhD physics guy who actually designed blockchain long time ago in its embryonic stage, of course, who actually by education, his core competency, his education is radio frequency. Mm, uh, we have people who came from like a various trades. You know, we have excellent marketing team, very diverse uh, business development and partnership team. People who come from all over the world. We have team which speaks in at least 5 languages I know of. And I'm really proud of like running this. So being a L1, yeah, of course we're L1. We're really proud. We got this blockchain. We got it going. We made it, and we're gonna make even better one. But we're way more diverse than just to be a blockchain company. So yes, Liana's absolutely correct.
No, and that lifts me right up to hear that, Alex. Just the sense of pride and the passion is emanating from your voice right now. And that also makes me very proud to be aligned with Tectum and all of you guys who are clearly extremely passionate about the work you do and the goals that you have set for yourself here. So really freaking appreciate that. We have one last question here, and then I believe we'll start wrapping things up. Usually we try to keep our AMAs around an hour. I know historically they've always lasted closer to an hour and a half, 2 hours here, but the questions have slowed up. So I will leave it at this for the time being, and then we'll get to closing remarks here. So our final question is another one here from Martin. Martin, appreciate you here. And here it is. It says, this question is regarding TPS. Has it been battle tested by generating artificial volume and with enough nodes to make it secure so that if one node goes down, it doesn't massively affect the performance? And he finishes it off by saying, showcasing this again, like we did with the TPS world record, could make a lot of people wake up to the project. So maybe Alex, I'll leave that one with you, as it is a bit more of a technical question. And yeah, curious to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, my answer is very simple. Now that we have actually finalized the architecture, now that we understand the fee structure, which is the future, we believe that the fee structure must be predictable. If you do want to service serious players, your fee structure must be predictable. A. B. Consensus. It's gotta be light. Mining, no energy, guzzling algorithms. You see, the biggest, the most energy and resource consuming process in the blockchain is a signature, transaction validation, because validator must send and update the ledger, communicate with archiving node, write the ledger, it goes back. Basically, it includes about 6 to 10 steps. Well, when you get to go through 6 hoops, 8 hoops, 8 steps to validate one transaction, how do you expect to run at a velocity of million transactions per second? It ain't happening, right? So you gotta be creative. You really need to understand. You really need to understand what you're after, and you need to be on top of everything. For example, last week I've been with devs for 3 weeks. I've been in a really fast sprint. Tomorrow is my last day, and I'm going back to Dubai. And my mission is accomplished. Very proud of ourselves. I'm living for peace in my heart. I know things are gonna go very well from now on. We actually finalized it, Raf. We see blockchain is not. It's not a building, it's not like building something. You got bricks, you got foundation, and there you go. It doesn't work like this. Blockchain is unpredictable. It's like a chessboard. You go, you work on things, and suddenly boom, and you run into the bottleneck, and you just like, oh my god, you have to start all over. Look at Solana. Look at what Solana went through. These guys are heroes. So, and that's kind of like that's the phase in our company, in our team evolution. We just been going through, actually, at the last phases, at the last steps of that phase. It's over. we get a plan. We know exactly what we're doing. And now that we know what we're doing, we need to make sure that the system meets all the requirements which we set in front of ourselves, which is we want the system to be just as fast as 3.0 network, or at least half as fast. I don't know if 4.1 will run at 3.5 million transactions per second, but I know for sure it's going to be 10 times faster than the next fastest blockchain out there. That much I know. Now that we know that, we are going to have to build a test net, because we did everything in a live mode. We shut the test net down end of last year. We're going to have to launch it this year, so developers can play around with it without spending the actual hard money to play with it. Then we're gonna do a speed test. The problem of speed test is lots of people unfortunately don't understand, is that in order to prove that blockchain is capable of running million per se transactions per second, you need to launch those million transactions. Well, you cannot launch those million transactions from one wallet simultaneously. You're not going to have enough fingers in your hands. You can write a program which will do it, but then your node will have to sign these transactions, or your wallet will have to sign these transactions with your private key, which will drastically slow the entire event down, because if you're doing it on a laptop, well, it's going to take you 10 seconds to sign a million transactions. Well, what you going to say then? Tectum 4.1 does million transactions per 10 seconds, which is 100,000 transactions per second? Wrong. That's your computer. That's not ours. It's not our problem that your computer is incapable of forming million signatures in 1 second. Ours does. You see, these are all the questions we need to answer before we release that speed test. You cannot measure blockchain speed by just taking, like one guy just wrote me, said like 2 weeks ago, he said, "Oh, Alex, congratulations, your 4.0 BitTorrent records, you guys got 26 transactions per second." So it says, how do you feel? No, I'm telling you, that's the real story. So I says, "Well, how did you figure that?" He's like, "Well, look at the Explorer." Says, "Well, if he basically took 1 second cut in Explorer, and he counted transactions within that 1 second. I mean, never mind that nobody was trying to conduct any transactions. That wasn't what he was really worried about. He was just, all he was worried about is making really solid allegations, you know." And I explained it to him. I said, "My friend, this blockchain was launched a month ago or whatever ago, and there is no activity on the blockchain. So you cannot measure blockchain by dividing number of transactions between 2 timestamps. You just, I mean, what if only one transaction was conducted during that second?"
100%. And if we're talking about millions of transactions per second, are we sure he didn't just get tired of counting after 26?
Right, exactly. So first of all, we need to choose the route. Are we writing an app which will actually audit and measure the ledger, which will be able to read the ledger on every node and give it as a plugin to everybody and say, okay, guys, here's a stack, send this stack, but that stack needs to be already signed, at least on the remitting side, on the emitting side, on the side of issuing the transaction, right? Because if we don't do that, we are going to be carrying the burden of that guy's hardware misperformance. What if he's using 20-year-old laptop? I mean, how do I know? So therefore, when you perform this, you gotta ask yourself, answer a bunch of questions. First, lab conditions, not lab conditions. So we're going across the ocean, not going across the ocean. We're going over mobile networks where ping is huge, ping delay, signal delay is enormous. Well, that criteria are different. So there are so many questions we need to answer to be fair to ourselves first and to the community, because we don't want to be accused of something we have not done, and we want to be judged fairly. So let us get this thing working in a new way. And this is actually a bilateral consensus if we want to provide services. And I'm talking about sophisticated, complex transactions. We call them complex transactions, complex events. I'm talking about NFTs, AI agents, what I was previously talking about. We want to be offering services. Right? We want to be offering services. We want to be a service provider. This blockchain must become a service provider for people and for machines. And if we go for it, and we are going for that, because adapt or die, there is no other way. There is no scenario C, Trev. You either adapt or you die. And if we go for it, and we're going for it, then we're gonna get things done right. And by getting things done right, it also can mean two things, A or B. A, you get it done what's right here, right now, right? And right here, right now, 4.0 is gonna work perfectly fine. We're gonna give you your 500 to a million transactions per second, and then what? Or scenario B, we're doing what's right, what you guys gonna need, all of you are going to need a year, 18 months, 24 months from now, when you realize that you're not being serviced by human being, you're being serviced by machine, by AI. What you gonna do? Where are you gonna run? You're gonna come to us. Look at the half-life. You know, like a physicist, they have a term which is called half-life. It's a period of time which takes for radioactive metal to dissolve, to decompose a half, 50%. Of course, there is no way to calculate 100% decomposition when metals radiate. The decomposition is measured by half-life. Like, for example, uranium per se, like 1 million year, which means that out of 1 kilo of uranium, after 1 million years, and these are hypothetical numbers. I'm not a physicist. I just read a lot. In 1 million year from now, there's going to be only half a kilo of uranium left. Another half a kilo will be lead or gold. The half-life of average Web3 project certain down to 9 to 18 months. When I started my first business back in the early 2000, the average half-life was 3.5, 5 years, which basically means you go to your family, you write a business plan, you go to the bank, you pawn your house or your car, you borrow money, you loan money, borrow money, You buy equipment, you rent a warehouse, you start a business, you hire people, you advertise. This is all Web 2 world. It's a world that's dead, Ref. It's a dying world. This world is no more. It's a dead man walking. It took 5 years, so you had plenty of time to roam around and, and do so-called angel funding and borrow from your family, borrow from your friends, and it doesn't work like this. You see, from a world of equities and credit money, we have dived into the world of opportunities, and that's where we are now entering. That's the world we have entered, and lots of us don't even comprehend that we're already there. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Oh, and if guys like us really want to be afloat, really want to stay afloat, they really want to survive, trust me, I want to survive badly. After everything we've been through, we will survive. And these guys like us, Web3, Web3 team, dynamic, aggressive, all blood and sweat team like us wants to survive. We want to calculate the trajectory 18 months, 18 to 36 months from now. What services blockchains will be providing 24 months from now? What do you want me to do? To run around and scream and oh my god, I gotta get this blockchain speed test done because we promised to these guys this blockchain speed test. Let's make these guys happy and then die 24 months from now? No, I will take my chance because the same guy who is fighting me today will be putting the crown on my head tomorrow. And that's the route and trajectory we choose. That's the risks we take, because most of the community is, no matter how panicky it gets sometimes, regardless of how vulnerable markets become every once in a while. But if you really talk to people, I'm talking about our community, Tectum community, Web3 community in general, these are smart, visionary people. Web3 community is probably the smartest, the most shrewd, the most dynamic, and the most adaptive community in the world right now. And I'm not talking about like classic corporate world, job, home, reports, briefs, boards, I'm talking about real deal. I'm talking about people who fight for their lives, people who invest their less savings in a project they believed in. They know how to do the math. They've got to have a vision. And these are the people we're after. These are the people we want to be surrounded with. Now and year and 2 and 3 years from now, Trev. That's my opinion. That's my vision.
That's brilliant. I very much admire the fact that you are future-proofing Tectum as a whole. And if that means taking a little bit more time to tick off tasks from the list, I mean, I think that's more than worth it from my end. And also, real quick, if you do plan on doing incorporating the public into the speed test, definitely don't include me, because my laptop does one transaction every million seconds. So I will definitely not be of any use to you. Perfect. Guys, this has been a awesome AMA. I'm super grateful for the all the engagement in the chat, for all the thoughtful questions, for all the suggestions. Alex, we've had, I think, 3 or 4 solid suggestions from the community in the chat during this conversation here. And that just makes me super proud to be a part of this this whole project, this ecosystem, this community. It's amazing to see how the narrative has shifted in the chat from our first AMA months ago to where we are now. I get the sense that people are truly not only invested in Tectum, but they're here to actually contribute and make it better. And I just want to take a moment and thank everyone who is taking part in this conversation with us today. This is awesome. And then, of course, just one more reminder for the loyalty program. If you guys do want to take advantage of the extra points that you can get for attending this AMA today, if you log into loyalty.tectum.io, find the time-sensitive task, which won't be up for much longer. Enter in the code Q2 Roadmap FTW, which I am going to post again in the general chat. You can secure yourself some extra points, which will absolutely help you guys stand out in the leaderboard here as well. So I think that's about it for today, guys. Alex, before we go, any final words you want to share with us here, and then we'll sign off for the day.
Stick around, guys. The best is the best is on its way. What we have brewing for you is just unimaginable. It's just we're gonna have so much fun in 2025, and then in 2026, God willing, of course, God willing, you know. I mean, anything can happen. We live in an absolutely unpredictable world. Look what's been going on markets. But God willing, I mean, it's just gonna be so awesome. Stick around. We're gonna have lots of fun.
Excellent, Alex. Thank you, my friend, so much for taking the time to be here out from your busy schedule to connect with your community and to share your goals for Q2, for really bringing a voice to the vision that you guys have, to relay the passion, to relay the expertise, to relay every single step of the process to the community. That definitely makes you stand out from 99.99% of all the projects out here. And of course, to everyone who's here with us, community members and team members alike, just a personal thank you from me, Trav, for taking the time to hang out with us today. So definitely stay tuned. We've got some more things in the pipeline coming up for next week. Definitely, we will be having another AMA within the next week or two, so stay tuned for that. And of course, do not forget to take advantage of the loyalty program, a bonus question, which one last time, the secret code is Q2 Roadmap FTW, which I have just posted once again in the general chat. So signing off here, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time. Appreciate you, and stay tuned. Alex, have a wonderful day. Everyone here with us right now.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. See you guys soon.
Take care, everyone.